to be able to speak to this bill during the committee stages, and I just wanted to comment on a couple of points. The first was the fact that there have been some comments about the delay in bringing this before the House, and I think it is appropriate to record that at the time of the first Select Committee that this was brought before the committee when I joined, there were 5 administrative bodies involved in the framework in administrating this river through the settlement process, the settlement deed. And I recall, without wanting to put officials into it, but I recall turning to the officials and telling them, or asking them, could they really truly believe, looking me in the eye and saying that creating a multitude of 5 bodies was in fact an appropriate way and a successful way to administer the river. Anyway, and the simple answer is that it wasn't, and the Minister showed the leadership, along with the leadership of the tribe, and in that respect I acknowledge Tuku Morgan, who's here with us today, to in fact provide a more streamlined administrative process and creating the river authority that we now have before us. And that leads me to the second point that I would just like to address, and that is the fact that there has been some concern expressed, and in fact I saw a press release today from Federated Farmers around the fact that this bill was going through and that their objections to it, etc., etc. And so a lot of that concern is around the vision and the strategy, and how, in fact, it takes precedence over this and it drives that and so on and so forth. And I think it's a concern that is misplaced because, in the first instance, the vision really is, if you like, a dream about what Waikato-Tainui have for this river, and as well the government and the local government have for the future of this river. And those those broad statements of what people are looking for are set out in Schedule 2, and I think it's worth just touching on some of those, because they are not, in my view, offensive. They are not going to drive people to the ends of the earth. I mean, what is wrong with talking about, for instance, the restoration and protection of the health and well-being of the Waikato River? This is, after all, what we all want in the environment. The restoration and protection of the relationships of Waikato-Tainui and the Waikato River, including their economic, social, cultural and spiritual well-being. These are visions, and in fact it will be the job of the management to set out a process which over the long term will achieve the vision and the strategy. And in a further schedule, I think Schedule 3, this vision and strategy can be reviewed. And that can be done with the agreement of the authority, which again we need to record is made up of 5 Māori representatives and 5 government appointees, and with one of each co-chairing. So it will be a process of consensus. The whole way that it has been constructed, and the way in which Waikato-Tainui and the Crown have entered into these arrangements is one about building a relationship, building consensus and achieving a great goal for this area of the country. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.